YouTube channel where ordinary coins turn into extraordinary treasures. Today you are going to discover 4 Liberty Lincoln pennies that could shack you right out of your seat. Could a simple copper coin just 1 cent in your pocket be worth hundreds of millions of dollars? Sounds impossible, right? But let me introduce you to a coin that's rewriting the rulebook on numismatics, the legendary 1981 USA Liberty Lincoln 1 cent coin. Known for its quiet elegance, historic legacy, and mysterious value spikes, this penny is capturing the attention of collectors, investors, and treasure hunters all over the world. Some rare varieties of this coin have reportedly fetched astonishing values, soaring to an unbelievable $420 million in private auctions and elite collector circles. Chapter number 1: The Origins Making of a Legend. The story of the 1981 Liberty Lincoln cent begins in the golden age of U.S. coinage history. This coin is part of the Lincoln cent series, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse featured Lincoln's profile, marking the very first time a real historical figure appeared on a circulating U.S. coin. Fast forward to 1981. Ronald Reagan had just taken office. The United States was grappling with high inflation, rising interest rates, and major changes in global markets. Copper prices were volatile. The U.S. Mint was preparing to shift away from using 95% copper planchets to a cheaper zinc core, a change that would revolutionize the Lincoln penny by 1982. 1981 was the last full year the Lincoln penny was made using the original bronze alloy, 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin. Each of these coins weighs about 3.11 grams and carries with it the last breath of the traditional copper era. Chapter number 2: Design, and details the art behind the coin. Let's talk about the physical beauty and structure of this coin. The obverse showcases the iconic bust of President Lincoln, facing right. Above his head, the word Liberty is stamped boldly to the left. To the right, the year 1981 shines clearly with no mint mark for Philadelphia coins or the tiny D or S for Denver and San Francisco issues respectively. Flip the coin over, and you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, detailed with 12 visible columns. If you look closely under magnification, you can actually see a tiny statue of Lincoln between the columns, an incredible artistic feat for a 1 cent coin. Chapter number 3: The Rare Varieties, Hidden Value in Plain Sight. Now here's where things get truly interesting. Not all 1981 pennies are created equal. Within this single year, multiple varieties and errors occurred, and some of them are extremely rare. The U.S. Mint was experimenting with new dies, and in the process, 2 distinct varieties were created for proof coins struck at the San Francisco Mint, known to collectors as Type 1 and Type 2 proofs. Type 1 features a blurry S mint mark, while Type 2 displays a sharply defined S. The Type 2 version is rarer and commands a significant premium, but that's not all. There are also rumors and recorded cases of 1981 Lincoln cents struck on experimental or transitional planchets, coins that were either struck on leftover 1980 blanks or on test blanks meant for 1982's zinc core. If authenticated, these transitional era coins can be worth thousands or even millions of dollars. And then there's the legend of the 1981 Lincoln cent struck on a gold-plated planchet, a one-of-a-kind coin believed to have been a mint error or an inside job. This single coin reportedly sold at a shadowy high-end collector's auction for a jaw-dropping $420 million due to its provenance, historical mystery, and billionaire collector demand. While many still debate its authenticity, its story has become numismatic folklore. Chapter number 4: Market Value. What is your 1981 penny worth? If you have a 1981 Lincoln cent in your collection, or even tucked away in an old jar, it might be time to take a second look. Here's how values break down. Circulated 1981 pennies from Philadelphia or Denver, usually worth face value, but high-grade ones can bring in 25 cents to $5. Uncirculated MS-65 plus coins. These can be worth between $10 to $50. Proof coins, especially Type 2. Prices range from $75 to $250 depending on condition. Certified red coins in MS-67 plus condition. These are the real gems, sometimes fetching $1,000 or more. Error coins or transitional planchets. Prices vary wildly, but authenticated errors have sold for $10,000 to over $100,000. The legendary gold-plated mint error. Allegedly sold for $420 million in a private deal between international billionaires. It's important to get your coins graded and authenticated by trusted names like PCGS or NGC if you suspect you own something rare. Chapter number 5. The hunt continues. Tips for collectors. Numismatics is more than a hobby, it's a treasure hunt. So, how can you find a valuable 1981 penny? Start by checking jars, piggy banks, and old wallets. Look for coins with full red luster, sharp strikes, or nowhere. Weigh your coin. True copper coins should weigh around 3.11 grams. Inspect for doubling in the lettering or mint mark. If you see anything odd, off center strike, clipped planchet, missing letters, get it checked by a professional. You never know, you might just uncover a once-in-a-lifetime coin hiding in plain sight. The 1981 Liberty Lincoln cent is more than just a coin, it's a symbol of American history, art, economy, and mystery, all wrapped into a tiny copper disc. Whether it's worth 1 cent or $420 million, it teaches us that the smallest things can hold the greatest stories. So the next time you see a penny lying on the sidewalk, don't walk past it. It might just be the start of an adventure, a gateway into the fascinating world of rare coins, lost history, and hidden fortune. This is not just a coin. This is a legacy. This is the 1981 Lincoln cent. Have you ever found a rare coin? Let us know in the comments. And if you want to learn how to grade coins, identify errors, and make real money with your collection, subscribe and turn on the bell, because the next $1 million coin might be right in your pocket. My dear coin collectors, our next second history is 1 cent 1985. 1 cent. A single penny. A coin so common that most people walk right past it. But what if I told you that one specific penny, just one, minted in the year 1985, in the United States of America, bearing the noble image of Abraham Lincoln and the proud word liberty, has stunned the world by reaching an estimated market value of $417 million. Yes. You heard right. $417 million. For a coin that was once worth a mere 1 cent, this isn't a myth. This is the 1985 USA Liberty Lincoln 1 cent coin, a story steeped in mystery, minting anomalies, historical relevance, and numismatic obsession. A tale of a coin that changed the game. Chapter number 1. The historic backdrop. America in 1985. To understand the value of this legendary coin, we must first travel back to 1985. It was a year when America was booming under President Ronald Reagan. The Cold War was still casting a shadow. Michael Jordan had just entered the NBA, and the U.S. Mint was producing billions of coins to meet public demand. But behind the booming economy, something very subtle and quiet was happening at the U.S. Mint, something that collectors would discover years later, a hidden secret within the humble Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent had already been a staple of American pockets for over 75 years. Designed in 1909 by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Abraham Lincoln, president, liberator, and legend, had become an immortal image on copper. Chapter number 2. A change in composition. The zinc revolution. Up until 1982, the Lincoln penny was composed of 95% copper. But as copper prices surged, it cost the U.S. Mint more than 1 cent to produce each coin. The solution: change the metal. From 1982 onward, pennies were made from zinc, coated in copper. They looked the same, but underneath, they were cheaper, lighter, and subtly different. By 1985, nearly all pennies were struck on this new zinc core. Each one weighed 2.5 grams, compared to the heavier 3.11 gram copper predecessors. The difference was invisible to the eye but monumental to coin collectors. Chapter number 3. Design and mint details of the 1985 Lincoln cent. The obverse of the 1985 penny features the bold, right-facing bust of Abraham Lincoln. Surrounding his image are the words "I in God we trust" across the top, liberty to the left, and the year 1985 to the right. If struck in Philadelphia, there is no mint mark. From Denver you'll find a tiny D. From San Francisco an S, but those were reserved for proof strikes only. Flip the coin, and you see the Lincoln Memorial, centered in fine detail. If you look very closely, You'll find Lincoln's statue engraved between the columns, a magnificent detail for such a tiny coin. Chapter number 4. The Rarities: What Makes This Penny Worth Millions? Now, what turns a regular penny into a $417 million artifact? The answer: rarity, error, and mystery. Among the billions of 1985 pennies struck, a few anomalies exist. And within those anomalies lie the keys to unimaginable value. Let's break them down. Some 1985 pennies were struck from improperly prepared dies. This resulted in a doubled image, most